And we are live. I'm going to go ahead real quick before just letting people shuffle in and all that jazz. I'm going to go ahead and send this to Kerry so that he can post it on his or on the Beerly Twitter. Sorry, X.
Is it X? I
It
got
is
it.
X. You got it?
Here's the question, though.
Mm-hmm. What's the question?
Okay, it's X, but is it still like when you tweet something? Is you X something? Like, what is it?
You explain it, Kerry.
Whoa! All right, Zach.
That's not a bad idea.
All right.
I don't hate that.
Listen,
Explain that.
Zach, why don't you just call up Elon right now and tell him that maybe you should think about that?
just explain it, bro. That's just off the dome. I'm an idea guy, okay?
Big picture guy.
Big picture guy.
Me and Elon Musk might be related.
You and Elon Musk might be related.
Wait, was that your new intro you were talking about? Does this part make the recording or no?
Yes, we've been live this whole time, buddy.
No, but does it make the
Yeah, it'll make the recording. We're just waiting for people to, if they're going to show up, you know?
Does anyone ever truly show up in this crazy thing called life? Do they?
So what are we talking about tonight anyways?
So tonight, Trevor, we're going to be talking about NFC rankings. You know, who are the top teams in the NFC? We're going to be talking about mainly that and some NFL news as well, going over last week's Pick'em. And we have a new week of Pick'em this week. I also have a game for everybody, and I want to see how you guys like the game, okay? And real quick, before we get into the main show, we have an entirely new intro. Enjoy.
Herbert, like, what the fuck was that? You know, that was not even close to getting to the Super Bowl. We made the playoffs, sure, but fucking shit the bed, bro.
I don't know what I'm doing. This is not the intro that I'm. Hello and welcome back to the Beerly Football Podcast.
You're underrating him. Thank you.
If you honestly think Justin Tucker is worse than him, please leave the show right now, go live in a box, and reevaluate your life.
Don't know ball. Okay, freaking Derrick Henry, number 18.
Shut the fuck up.
Speaking of 18, had to throw him on the list. My boy Joe Burrow. You know what I'm talking about? How he was like bred and flourished under Belichick.
I get it.
Sure. Do you think Aaron Rodgers would have been that submissive and breedable?
No, it's an asshole.
They beat the Chiefs.
Barely.
What? The two teams played and the one team won. It doesn't matter if you barely beat them. I'm saying that the Bengals are better.
Alrighty. And we're back.
Are the Bengals better?
Beerly Football Podcast. It's about football, but Beerly. I'm your host, Zachary Smith. Join me, as always, are my two very good friends, one of which decided he didn't want to look like Sid, so he dressed up like a cartoon character from, who's that guy?
Waldo?
Kids Next Door, number one from Kid Next Door. How you doing, Trev?
Okay, I'm feeling like a number one, so I'm good. That little intro was really like a highlight tape for me, it felt like. So, you know.
It's going to be a little different every week.
Yeah. So now your girlfriend has probably seen my high school highlights on Huddle. So now she's probably seen that too.
It was truly a Trev Scott highlight tape. There would have been a Justin Herbert reference in there. I don't think I heard one.
The very beginning was Justin Herbert. The very beginning, the first one.
Always Justin Herbert with that guy.
Zach was cooking with that intro.
He was.
And then my other very good friend. In fact, I'm his best friend. It's Beerly Kerry. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Do you want to know why? Mac Jones is dead. Mac Jones' era is officially over. I think he's benched for good. I've complained about him for years. And finally, we've won. Goodbye, McCorkle. And I'll take a shot to the end of McCorkle Jones.
So his name's Michael, actually, but McCorkle is his middle name.
So you think you know the brain of Bill Belichick? You're ready to assume that it's over? You think you're in
it's
his edge?
over. Getting that awful pick at the end of the game and getting pulled like that, it's over, man. Goodbye, Mac. Caleb
Well,
Williams.
then Bailey Zappi came in and threw another awful pick. So
It doesn't matter whoever they're going to play. It's awful, but enough.
Are you guys 2-8 now?
Yes, worst team in the AFC.
Whoa.
We're third worst. We're third in the draft order. Drake May, Caleb Williams, almost there, baby.
Would you rather have? Actually, never mind.
What?
I was gonna say, would you rather have Caleb or Kyler, but you don't even like Kyler, so never mind.
I had Kyler as like the 14th in my QB rankings today, and people were mad about that.
I actually did a little QB rankings too, but I only got to 17. After 17, I don't want to rank any of those guys.
Hey, Tommy DeVito versus Bryce Young is a pretty heated debate right now. I don't know.
I don't know who's having that debate, but they should have it somewhere else because we have a game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have a game.
Wait,
do you guys? Oh yeah, our beer. While I'm getting the game ready, you guys talk about what beer we're doing here.
All right, so Zach is not participating because he had a little stretching done on his mouth or something.
I had a tooth extracted.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
not that complicated.
It seems pretty complicated.
No beer, no all this stuff, putting restrictions on my boy. I'm not personally a fan, but I'll drink twice as much for Zachy tonight. I went and got a 6-pack of Abita Amber Lager. Abita was the biggest word on this bottle, which threw me off a little bit. But the second biggest word was amber, and that's my favorite kind of beer. So once I saw that, secured it, got it. And it's really good. I'm already done with this one, and we just started. So I'm going to have to go grab another. I also got a little bowl of pretzels inspired by that place in, where was that, Blue Ridge, Zach?
Blue Ridge, yeah.
Yeah, those pretzels were clutch when you were sipping 19 half shots of whatever that stuff was.
Yeah, I mean it was certainly interesting. We got a little saucy up in Blue Ridge. That's all I'm gonna say.
What happens in Blue Ridge stays in Blue Ridge?
Oh, it stays in Blue Ridge. I hope.
Ooh, sketchy.
Okay, so
I've been promising you guys for weeks I would get a new beer, and finally we're here. No more blueberry, no more regular Modelo. I got Modelo Chelada Lime. I got a 12-pack. It's like a variety pack, 4 different types of these Modelos. They're very good. I like them. It's like very strong in the lime. It's very good. I would recommend this. 9 out of 10.
Shout out to Mexico.
Shout out to Mexico, honestly.
I bet that's not that hard to say in Spanish, but whatever.
Mexico, I guess.
Viva la Mexico.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm going to suck at this.
So we have the Immaculate Grid tonight. Okay.
Oh, I haven't done one of these.
Can I go first?
Can I go first?
Okay, so first things first. What I want to get a full grid, right? And I also want to get a high rarity score, which basically means that no one else picked these people.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so Trevor, you want to go first?
Can I do anyone, or I have to start at the first one?
You can do any one of them.
Okay. Mike Wallace. Can I get a Mike Wallace for Steelers and Dolphins?
Mike Wallace. That's a good pick. I like that.
That's a good one.
So Mike Wallace. 12%. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'll take it.
Okay. Kerry, do you want to go next?
I guess so. I'm already struggling. Oh, is that too easy?
What are you thinking?
I don't feel like thinking right now. Derrick Henry. Bama, Titans.
I feel like that's going to be pretty obvious, but
sadly, I couldn't think tonight. My brain's Tuesday night struggling.
84%, Kerry, you tanked this. Absolutely tanked it.
I tried my hardest, guys. That's all that matters, I guess.
Okay, I have a question for you guys because I don't remember. I need help.
Sure.
Did TJ Yeldon play for the Dolphins?
Dude,
I don't think so.
TJ Yeldon has played for a lot of teams. I don't think he's played for the Dolphins.
I don't think
Dang
he's
it.
He's
Oh,
also on my ex-girlfriend's DMs, but whatever.
wow.
I feel like every NFL player was in your ex-girlfriend's team.
That's probably a true statement.
You know what, man? There wasn't a lot of things that weren't in my ex-girlfriend. So, I'm sorry. If he's listening to this, I'm sorry. I had to.
Fair.
Love you.
I thought of a good one.
Okay.
Can I go again?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'll redeem myself. I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs, Dolphins, Chad Henne.
Chad Henne.
Or should I say Matt Moore? I don't know.
Yo,
Matt Moore's probably harder to get.
Yeah,
I'd go Matt Moore.
I never said Henne. Matt Moore.
Did Dwayne Bowe play for the Titans?
I played for both.
Matt Moore. 2%. There you go, Kerry.
Yeah, I redeemed myself.
There you go, Kerry.
All right.
Would LaShawn McCoy be too easy for Eagles Chiefs?
I feel like a lot of people would forget he's on the Chiefs, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of forgot he played for the Chiefs.
I'm going to try it. That might be tanking a little.
Better one.
Yeah, definitely was tanking. God damn it.
What was
Sorry.
that?
48%.
Oh. Do you guys know if Dwayne Bowe played for the Titans?
I feel like he retired as a Chief. I think he started as a Chief.
There's some receiver that played for both.
This is a hard one, I'm going to be honest. Was Trent Richardson ever an Eagle?
No.
Dang it.
Dexter McCluster played for the Chiefs.
I mean, there's like easy guys like Devonta Smith.
Dexter McCluster? I feel like he did.
What about Jalen Hurts because he wasn't at Alabama this whole time? I feel like that's better than Devonta Smith.
That's so easy, though. Isn't it?
It's better than Devonta Smith.
Is there any older Bama players in Philly?
Trying to think.
Probably a lineman.
Wait, Julio. No one is putting Julio Jones for that.
Julio would have been way better than Derrick Henry, too.
Yeah.
Oh, Julio's a good one. I forgot he's there now.
Yeah. 4%. There we go. That's a good guess. That's good. That's good. It's good.
Wait, did he? I'm pretty sure he went to Bama.
Who?
Raekwon McMillan. I kind of want to double check myself.
Wait, what?
Raekwon McMillan. No one is going to have. I don't even know how to spell his damn name. I think it's R-A.
Is he the guy for Denver?
No, R-A. R-A-E.
For the Dolphins?
Yeah. He's a linebacker in like the 2019.
He might have.
He might have gone to Bama.
Oh, man.
Ray. Let me look it up.
I have him up.
You found?
Yeah.
Who was our first team?
Damn it! He's Ohio State. Fuck.
Okay, no more looking. This is off memory, guys. We got to prove our football knowledge.
I just had to double check myself. Sorry.
Okay, if we're stumped on hard guesses, do you have any easy guesses we could do right now?
Yeah, Jalen Waddle or Tua.
I feel like Tua is going to be more popular than Waddle, so I'm going to go with Jalen Waddle.
I feel like Mike Vick
I was wrong.
I feel like Mike Vick is too easy for Eagles to do.
Really? You think that's too easy?
Kind of. You can try it, though.
Wait. Oh, no.
Oh.
I was going to say Fitzpatrick. Never mind.
Yeah, it was too easy. Okay, so now the low score's out the window. We're just going for a complete grid. So we have two more to get. We have Steelers, Titans, Chiefs, Titans.
Use my brain.
Steelers, Titans.
God, there's got to be some random defensive player on there.
I feel like it's a wide receiver.
Zach Mettenberger!
You know what? You're absolutely
Dude,
right.
I actually thought about him earlier.
Yes!
Zach Mettenberger. What? It said no.
That guy was definitely what?
I don't think he played for the Steelers, dude.
I swear he was on the Steelers.
Well, I'm so triggered now. Okay, well we have. Well, I still want to.
He
only
was
have one
on the
guess.
Steelers. What the? He played for them.
Did he play for the Titans?
Yes.
I think he got drafted to the Titans.
He never played for the Steelers, but he was on the Steelers.
Maybe it's you have to play a snap.
He never had a snap, but he was a backup quarterback. I hate that. That is rigged. Come on, that was a perfect answer.
I love that answer. I don't know how you remembered that answer.
Did Cortland Finnegan ever play for Pittsburgh?
No clue.
I don't think so.
Any linemen? Zach? No.
Jeez.
I don't know a lot of like Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, nobody cares about the Titans. It's
Like,
Yeah, that's what makes it hard.
we're pretty
put
disappointed.
Warren Moon on there and just hope for the best, dude.
Throw Warren Moon in there.
Eddie George. Eddie George?
Did Frank Gore ever play for the Titans?
No. The Steelers are like
Wait.
Steelers don't get free agents. Like
I was going to say Le'Veon Bell. No.
This is tough. Do you guys want to give up?
let's give it like 30 more seconds. Use our brains, boys.
Okay. Did McCluster play for the Titans?
Oh, he played for the Chiefs and the Titans, yeah.
That was what I said years ago.
You did not say Dexter McCluster.
Zach, didn't I
He
say
did.
Dexter?
He did. I didn't know that he played for the Titans.
No, he was the Chiefs and
How do you? Oh, there he is. Okay, that was a correct answer. So he missed one. The most popular answer was Bud Dupree for Steelers, and
probably never thought of that,
I
honestly.
wouldn't have got that.
Yeah.
I know that now that I hear it, but
yeah, Matt Castle was the most popular answer for Chiefs Titans.
I didn't know he played for the Titans.
I didn't know that either. Alrighty. Well, that's the game. We'll do another one next week. So
Fuck you. Zach Mettenberger counts in my heart. In my heart, it counts.
I agree with you, Kerry. I 100% agree with you. Zane was screaming Tua the entire time. So that's fun.
That would be easy, Zane. Come on, man. Come on.
So going to pick 'em. What do we
Wait, we've got our college little talk.
Oh yeah, college talk.
Trevor, you've been hyping up Jaden Daniels for a long time. He absolutely destroyed the Gators. What are your thoughts on that?
Bro, I texted you. I should have texted everybody I loved, but I said, whatever, take Jaden Daniels rushing over. The Gators just traditionally can never do well with a rushing quarterback. They can't do well against any quarterback this year. But, yeah, man, Gators games are not that fun to watch anymore. I knew Jaden Daniels was going to pop off. I like him as, like, quarterback 3 or 4 in the draft. But, yeah, I watched the whole Michigan game. I could comment on that a lot more. But
That was
Jaden Daniels, that's my boy.
Drew Aller is terrible. He's not a good quarterback at all.
He took us over, too. Didn't he?
Zach was right once again. Penn State cannot win a big game.
They can't win the big games.
Do you think it's time to move on from Franklin? Like,
I think he needs to get a different type of, how do I put this?
I know how you want to put it.
Style of quarterback, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
I see Christian Hackenberg back there every single year, and it just never works.
Trace McSorley was mobile.
Yeah. No,
exactly.
Trevor's talking about
success there.
Trevor's talking about a certain type of thing, but
a different play style. You know what I'm saying? Somebody a
Oh,
little
okay.
more wild.
Are you making like a Kerry last week comment? Is that what you're doing?
That was 2 weeks ago, but no, I'm just saying like
Yeah.
I don't want to like a pocket passer that's safe. Their defense is elite. They probably got a top 5 defense in the country, but there was nothing they could do on offense. When they had Saquon, everything was cool because you could hand it to them 30, 40 times a game and win the game.
They have good backs too. Like
Penn State should be able to recruit, man.
They have good backs. They just don't have a good quarterback. No passing.
They're a good team every year. I don't know if that's a thing the coach doesn't want to change, or it's on the OC, or it's his system, or whatever. But you're gonna have to take a chance. The defense can only take you so far when you got to play Ohio State and Michigan every year. So
it's like until it's kind of like what Kerry has said multiple times about certain NFL teams. Like, yeah, on paper they're the better team and they probably should win the division, but until they prove that they can beat the team at the top of the division, it's that team's division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Penn State. Yeah, they look good on paper. They got all this talent on this roster, but until they can prove that they can beat Ohio State or Michigan, then they're going to be number 3 or 4 in that division consistently.
I'll say
with the conference. Sorry.
Yeah, with a good offense, though, maybe even like a different quarterback, like a whatever. That is a completely different team because that is a very good defense.
And I just want to say the ridiculousness of the Michigan OC crying after the game about, we played for Harbaugh. We played for Harbaugh. Bro, he didn't die. He's cheated and he's suspended. What are we crying about?
Hey, R.I.P. Harbaugh.
Yeah, like the guy's just drinking milk, eating pizza on the bench. Like, he didn't die, guys. Zach, I do want to mention, I was very mad. And if a certain quarterback had started this game, I think they would have upset Emory Williams, or Emory Jones, or Emory, whatever his name is.
Emory Williams. He
ended up starting. Tyler Van Dyke got benched. They only lost by 7 to FSU, but I think if Van Dyke played this game, they might have a shot at upsetting. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we have myself, who's a Miami fan, that agrees with you, and we have another Miami fan in the chat, my brother, who would vehemently disagree with you. He's a Tyler Van Dyke hater. And for some reason thinks Emory Williams played well on in that game. I don't know what he was watching, but
he couldn't throw to anyone but what's that one wide receiver. I think
he's a good wide receiver. Like, he's really good, but
he had like one completion for 9 yards to the rest of the team through like 3 quarters. He was just throwing one. What was he at? Like, he was at like 5 of like 20, I think, at one point. Passing wise, he was.
We got a controversial take from Beerly Out of Bounds host Zane. Let's be completely honest about the Harbaugh situation. Stealing signs the way he did should totally be allowed.
Can somebody break that down for me a little bit? Because I don't know exactly what he got accused of or what he got.
So what he was accused of was, well, it was an assistant. An assistant was paying people to go to Ohio State games, Michigan State, Penn State, go to those games and film their sideline to see, like, when they hold up the signs with the cartoon characters or whatever on it to give the signal to the offense or defense, to film that so that when he took it back and watched the video, he could tell what the signs were that they were sending the offense or defense. And then they would use that on game day and they'd beat their opponents. So I don't know. I feel like,
what do you call that?
I'm sign stealing.
Yeah,
sign stealing.
So like, yeah. So,
but it's like that place in Fort Myers that has the liquor bottles sitting right out front, the gas station. They got like bottles of Hennessy out there.
What liquor store you been to, bud?
I'm not going to incriminate myself, but I just feel like that should be allowed.
I mean, I kind of agree that it should be. I mean, you can discourage it, but I don't know why that's necessarily against the rules. You know what I mean? That's just like, okay, we're just putting in more work than other people are to figure out what other teams are doing. You know what I mean? Because it's
So,
like if I watch game film and that happens to be on the game film I'm watching of another team playing, is that illegal?
So what is it like is it recording at the other team's game that is like the quote unquote law that was broken?
Yeah, I feel like it's almost. It feels like they broke like one of those unwritten rules, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, I don't know.
Do you know what he got suspended for? What the NCAA did? The Big Ten suspended him, right?
Yeah, Big Ten suspended him.
Do you know what they called it? Like,
I can look it up real quick, but I mean, the whole situation to me, seems a little bit overblown, in my opinion.
I agree.
And to be honest, I think if teams weren't doing this before, now that this strategy has hit the news and has hit Twitter and has went viral, and the most famous top 2, top 3 famous head coach, I feel like more teams are going to do it now. Like that's something you can get away with, bro. I'm really sneaky.
Yeah, you are.
Like this isn't something like I'm surprised. First of all, other teams are doing this 100%. And if I wasn't doing this before, I'm at least considering it now.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm at a big program and I got a couple $1 million on my contract and I can hire my, dirty little friend Jason from high school. I can be like, yo, you want to go to the game this weekend? All you got to do is wear this GoPro. Like,
it's fair
I'm
point.
at least thinking about that. So, this might be a little.
I'm trying to find like their wording. They call it illegal sign stealing.
So that.
So they suspended him the remainder of the regular season by, despite acknowledging they have no evidence Harbaugh committed any offensive action or directed improper conduct by former analyst Connor Stallions, in his alleged illegal sign stealing.
So Connor Stallions is the guy that did it?
Yeah.
That's his.
It was
from high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, to be honest, if I was Harbaugh, I'd just do it again when I got out. Or
all right.
Not out.
Let's call us the ethics from Trevor Scott tonight.
To be honest, like, what are the odds you even get caught? Like, again,
all right.
Impermissible. Okay, so the wording is, so it's against their sportsmanship policy is what they're citing.
Oh, I would love to read that. Their sportsmanship policy.
The Big Ten sportsmanship policy.
The
Big Ten conference announced Friday the Wolverines football camp was found to have conducted this is in quotes, an impermissible in-person scouting operation over multiple years.
Fair.
Years. They are not the only ones doing this.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my coach in high school wanted to do this.
Yeah.
we were like 1-10 on the year.
Good point from Zane again. Signs should change every week, like duh.
Yeah,
but it's part of the game.
Zane.
All right, so he's now in. Trevor, I feel like I know what you're gonna say. Who's your guys' pick for Heisman as of today?
Man, that's a good question.
I'll go first then because I know mine. I'm between Jaden Daniels is playing good, but he also has 3 losses. He's number 3. I'm between Bo Nix and Michael Penix, but Michael Penix has made Washington a contender. I'm going with Michael Penix as my Heisman as of today.
Yeah, give me the Penix man.
I'm actually between Penix and Daniels, but I'll go Daniels just to be different.
Shocker. All right, not a huge lot of great games.
Caleb Williams will be best dressed though at the Heisman ceremony.
Sure,
that counts for some things.
Not a lot of huge games this week, so I'm just going to go with the most, I'd say, even game of the week, if that's fair, for our college pick of the week. And I'm going to go – I'll go with Zach's boys, actually. Well, I'll pick this one. We have Louisville, number 11 ranked Louisville at Miami. We got.
I've never rooted for the Canes before in my life.
Not even against Florida State.
No, I root for like a meteor to hit the stadium or something for that game.
Okay. That's mean.
Who is starting for Miami?
It's gonna be TBD. It's gonna be Tyler Van Dyke.
Jawar
Go
Jordan.
Miami at home, bro. Bounce back. This is the first time I've ever rooted for Miami in my life.
I'm taking Louisville. Jawar Jordan's been one of the best running backs in the country this year. He's gonna dominate Miami, sadly.
Kerry, I never thought I'd hear you like analyze college football, dude.
Sadly,
talk about a running back for
football this year.
I never thought I'd see the day.
I mean, I think Louisville's gonna win, but I'm gonna pick Miami in a Tyler Van Dyke legacy performance, like 375, 4 touchdowns, just like Texas A&M.
three interceptions probably. He had what 11 turnovers in like its 3-week span or something like that.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. Remember when he was like getting late first round hype at one point?
Yeah.
And now it looks like he's going to transfer. Oh, well.
He should. It's Ja'Curry Brown next season. We want Ja'Curry Brown.
Yo, that is the kind of quarterback I want to see in Penn State.
Wow. Came out and said it finally.
Because he's dual threat, right?
Yeah,
he is. He's like a top 10 dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, I remember him out of high school on like 24/7 and stuff. That is the kind of
he redshirted this year, which is why we saw Emory Williams.
All right, let's set a NFL pick'em. Trevor, how did we do last week?
So our first game of the week was Zach's heartbreak. I heard he actually punched himself in the face and he had to get his tooth extracted. So
that's rough.
Game. Zach was the only one to pick the Jags, so me and Kerry got a point there.
Yeah.
Then we had Cleveland at Baltimore, where me and Zach got a point, and then Atlanta at Arizona, where me and Zach got a point. So Zach went
2-3.
Wait, Cleveland won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1-3.
Zach went 1-3. Kerry went 1-3, and I went 2 for 3.
You picked Cleveland to win, Trevor?
No,
I picked Baltimore.
We all picked Baltimore?
No, you picked Cleveland.
Yeah, you picked Cleveland.
So I went 2-1 then.
Yes.
I picked
Sorry, I'm really bad at math.
Kerry gains on me.
First time ever.
Kerry gains on me. It's sad.
That is a rare Kerry win this year. I like it. Good stuff.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, Kerry, you went with Atlanta. That was your only flaw.
Sadly. I trusted
him. This week's going to be pretty fun.
Don't forget Silly Willie.
Sorry.
My Twitter winners from last week. We had a.
Can I say one?
Yeah, I'll leave him for last. Shut up. Not yet. We had our career high in replies. We had 268 people play this week, and only 8 of them won. So very great job with 8 winners. We'll give you all a double round of applause for being so talented this week. Our 8 winners, and again, follow us on Twitter at Barely Football. Play along with us every Friday. If you get them all right, we'll chat you on the podcast. Our winners, we had at Ben Spector Q, a Justin Herbert fan and diehard supporter. We had at Steelers Spin 7, diehard Pittsburgh fan. At Mike Wu, Niners fan and OSU fan. At NE1 Mark 66, Browns fan in Arizona. At Seth R. Broughton, his NFL takes are better than yours. At Kind Rocco, Bengals fan from Texas. And at Mo the Dog 97, retired lawyer.
Shout out to the dog.
And the last one Trevor wants to do, but I guess he left.
Yeah, he left.
He doesn't care about
We'll wait for him to come back. I don't know why he left. We only had 8 people to do.
Yeah, I don't know. We could start on this week's pick 'em while we wait for him.
Okay.
Our big game of the week, rematch of the Super Bowl, Chiefs, Eagles. Who you got, Zach?
Well, the refs are going to have to make some tough decisions in this game, especially if Taylor Swift shows up.
That's very true.
So, gosh, it's tough, man. My mind's telling me the Chiefs. Is Taylor going to be there?
She's in some tour in South America, so.
So my body is telling me Eagles, and I'm gonna go with my body on this one.
That's fair. All right, Trevor, give your shout out to the last one.
Jackson Jeremy 8. My boy Jackson Clark.
Future Trevor.
Kerry and Arguments Daily.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Trevor, who you got? Chiefs, Eagles.
It's actually Eagles Chiefs. This game is being played in Kansas City.
I'm glad you know that now.
Where we're gonna see a whole lot of disappointed Chiefs fans. Go Birds, 9-1.
Ooh. I think Chiefs pull it out. Eagles have an insane schedule. I think Eagles will be pretty good, but I'm taking the Chiefs. Take the win.
This is the first game you did?
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, bro.
That is Monday Night Football. All right. What's game number 2, Trevor?
Can I do game number 1 first?
Sure, man. Sure.
Game number 1 is the Seattle Seahawks going to take on the LA Rams. For circumstances I can't explain, the Rams are going to win this game. It just goes way too much.
Why did you say it like that?
It's always easy you have to say it.
It goes into a conspiracy because I think Seattle should win this game, but I think the Rams will.
Okay.
Do you know what? Trevor's 2-1 every week, so I'm gonna roll with Trevor. I don't know why, but he seems confident in the Rams winning this game, so I'm gonna take the Rams also.
So it's the Rams and Seahawks. Who's at home?
The Rams are.
Rams are at home. Oof.
Stafford has been clear to play, FYI.
I'm gonna take the Seahawks.
Probably a smart decision, but sometimes you gotta be crazy to be right, honestly.
I think this is gonna be a pretty good game, though. I think this could go either way.
All right, number 3, Trevor.
He had to go pee.
What's up?
Kerry had to go pee.
Our third and final game is the Minnesota Vikings going a mile up in the air to play the Denver Broncos. I haven't thought about this one at all. This is going to be an interesting one. The Broncos have won 3 straight after a good start and against 3 good teams. Josh Dobbs, a mile high in the air. He's hairless, so this will affect him more. Is that true? Does he have alopecia? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he has alopecia.
Didn't Tupac have that?
What?
Yeah, I think he did.
I don't think he did.
That girl that's in love with Tupac has it.
Oh, Michael Jordan had it, right?
No.
That's when you can't even have
Oh,
eyebrows.
Jada Pinkett?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't even want to talk about her. She makes me whoa.
Charlie Villanueva.
She scares me when I close my eyes at night. We should do an NBA one. Anyways, Vikings at Broncos. Kerry, can you go first? I don't know who to pick here.
All right. I like the Josh Dobbs story, but I'm just doubting it so far. I think it's going to fall up. The Broncos defense, ever since that 70-point game, has done very well. Russell Wilson, honestly, if DeMar Hamlin didn't exist, for some reason we know he's going to win Comeback Player of the Year, Russell Wilson would. I mean, DeMar Hamlin finally got a tackle, which means he's obviously going to win the Comeback Player of the Year. But Russell Wilson, he has 18 touchdowns, 4 picks. He's doing just enough. This defense is playing well lately. I think the Broncos are going to win this game.
I would like to actually.
Do you know what's the funny part? 2 weeks ago, if you said the Broncos and Vikings on Sunday Night Football, would have been like, who's going to watch that? Now it's starting to look like that could be a pretty good game.
Yeah.
I'm going to quote a philosopher here that said earlier this season, actually, he said, losses can be a good thing. Sometimes losses are a good thing. But Mike McDaniel said. And ever since that 70-point beatdown, it's been a new Denver team. The defense has buckled in. I'll go Broncos at home.
Well, you know what they say. Astronauts do their best work high in the sky. And a mile high, that's nothing compared to how high Josh Dobbs can fly. Give me the Minnesota Vikings.
That was beautiful, Zach.
I try.
Kerry, who did you take? Denver?
Yeah.
And who did you guys take for the Monday night game, Super Bowl rematch?
Chiefs.
Eagles.
Who you got? This isn't on our pick'em, but who you guys taking? Ravens, Bengals.
That's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
I think the Ravens. Oh, you said Ravens, Bengals. I said Ravens, Browns.
No, Ravens, Bengals.
I think I'm taking. Oof.
Both teams coming off.
I think I'm taking the Ravens in a Justin Tucker masterclass.
I think it's a bigger must-win for the Bengals than it is the Ravens right now, so I'm gonna go with Bengals.
I'll go rough night for Burrow. I'll take the Ravens.
All right, and
hit a lot.
Before we head in our NFC power rankings, we got to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, we have a fan of this team on the podcast. Zach, what happened? 34-3, just a beat down. How do you come back from this, man?
Well, like Trevor said, sometimes losses are a good thing. When he was quoting a philosopher, Mike McDaniel, Doug Peterson said something similar on the press conference this week. So I'm gonna take this time right now. I'm gonna go big screen for me and talk a little bit about what I saw. What I saw is a continuation of some of the things I've seen all year. It's really frustrating. Okay. Jags defense, even though he allowed a lot of points, the fact that we turned the ball over 12,000 times probably had something to do with the fact the amount of points we allowed.
Did you guys fumble too?
Yes.
I saw Lawrence do.
Wait, spin-off question. Should Tank Bigsby be shot on site?
No, but he should be cut from the team.
That's fair.
He does nothing. He does nothing for our roster.
Jags fans seem to hate him right now. So,
I mean, it's a continual thing. It's the fumbles. It's the dropped catches that turn into interceptions. It's a lot. It's just it builds, right? Like I understand he's a rookie, but at some point you got to do your job. But I mean, I think coming out of a bye week, I was hopeful that this offense, like who had been struggling to get things going, we've seen some bright spots, but it's an offense that has been struggling to get going all year long. We've added weapons to the offensive side of the ball, and our offense looks worse than it did at the end of last year. So to me, it's a question of, okay, well, what's changed? What's changed? And realistically, the biggest change that we've made is in who is calling the plays. Doug Peterson, no longer calling plays. He's got his buddy down there calling plays, and it is not working. It's not working. You got to make a change. Got to. The offense is the reason we lost this game. I put absolutely zero blame on the defense for this loss. This is 100% on an offense that looks disorganized. It looks desperate on every single down. The fact that we're running double passes in the second quarter is something that concerns me greatly. I mean, it's really bad, and it needs to get fixed, or this team's not going very far. My hope is that the general manager's office or the ownership gets involved and they say, hey, your guy can still be the OC, but you're calling the plays. That's what I want. I really want Doug Peterson with the sheet back, get his glasses on, and let's get down to work because this is ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly.
Zach, let me take you back to the fantasy wide receiver episode we had where that video surfaced of Calvin Ridley running a route right after Zay Jones, who was actually in court this morning. Shout out to Zay Jones. But the excitement that was on that Calvin Ridley clip, he was moving at the speed of light. All the promise was there. Has he been the most disappointing player on the team this year?
Has he been the most disappointing player on the team this year?
I'm pretty sure. Zach, did you have him top 10 or top 15 in your fantasy?
I think I had him top 15. I don't think I had him top 10. But I mean, I could be wrong. I was expecting a big season from Calvin Ridley. Obviously, so far I've been wrong about that. I'm not afraid to admit that. He's struggling to create space between the people that are covering him. And it could be just the fact that they're not giving him routes that are easy to create space with. It could just be that.
What if
That's
he's
what it could be.
still betting on himself and he's taking his under every week?
That would be a good one. I've never thought of that before. He's had like what, one good game, one maybe two good games this year.
Yeah, it hasn't been great for him so far. So I mean, I look at this offense and it's like, okay, our players, the personnel group is better than it was last year, but we are worse at sustaining drives. We're turning the ball over more. We look more stagnant than we ever have in the past. And
their passing game is awful. With the exception of Travis Etienne, like nobody's taking a step forward in this offense this year.
Well, yeah, 100% correct.
I'm glad you said that, Kerry. I wanted to say I have a vision that Travis and Trevor Etienne will be the best brother NFL duo ever. Better than the Watts.
Better than Mannings?
Better than the Mannings, yeah.
I'm sure that'll happen. I'll bet anything on that, bud.
Maybe not better than the Mannings, but they'll be second.
All right, Zach, I think we had a question on the comments.
So we'll go through a couple here.
Oh,
what do you guys think of the situation in Tampa? Is Baker the guy? Which positions need the improvement the soonest? This is coming from Bucks fan Zane Smith. Situation in Tampa is Baker's not the guy. He's fine, but this team's not good enough to win with Baker at the helm.
They might be good enough to win the division, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But he's for the contract, he's outplaying what anybody thought he was going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And quarterback's not the issue in Tampa right now. But.
Yeah, 100%. Dolphins are going to wax the Raiders Sunday. Raiders are turning things around. We'll see. I think the Dolphins should beat them. But I mean, you never know. What do you guys think?
The Bucks might actually benefit. Okay, if the Bucks can lose the division, they can win a playoff game.
What?
If they can make it in as a wild card and somehow match up with the NFC South team, they can win that game.
I don't think they will,
can beat
though.
The winner of the East or the West, which is going to be the Niners, or the North, which is probably. I mean, they
humor me for a second. We got the 4 divisional winners. Obviously, the Cowboys are going to be a wild card. The Seahawks are going to be a wild card. That leaves one spot left. And the Vikings, I think, have a game and a half. So unless the Vikings fall apart and the Commanders are there, but I really don't see 2 teams in the NFC South making the playoffs this year with how bad it is.
Well, the Bucks have won, 4 games? The Saints have won 5 games.
They're all
the Vikings have won 6. The Seahawks have won 6. And they're losing this week. We already did pick them, so.
Seahawks have already had their bot. Seahawks are, 6-3 right now or 6-4?
6-3.
I don't think there's any way the Seahawks are missing the playoffs.
I probably agree with that, yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, I take the Commanders over the Bucks making the playoffs right now. Commanders playing the Giants this week. Should get them back to 500.
Mm-hmm.
Commanders have to play I would imagine the Commanders have a much harder schedule than the Bucks.
They've already played Philly twice. I think they have Dallas left. But they haven't – I don't think
they played Dallas once?
I don't know. I'm not sure on that.
I don't think they have.
I know they have a tough schedule in their next 3 after the Giants, but we'll see. That 7th is up for grabs.
Miami should jump ahead of the Jags in the power rankings. Absolutely. I agree.
I had them over mine.
Me too, man. Come on, Sam.
All right. Should we head on to our NFC?
I want to say a couple things about. I mean, are we going to talk about the games after, or are we talking about the games?
Let's do it now before we hit on NFC.
Just a couple points I wanted to hit. The Thursday night football game was extremely hard. It was actually hard to watch. That was a very hard to watch football game. We saw Tyson Bagent get the win, and then we saw people on Twitter talking about if Tyson Bagent should be the starter because he has 2 wins and Justin Fields only has 1 win. And if you really want to talk about football, I mean, if you love football and you love watching football and you want to talk about what you think and what you see, stay off Twitter. Just stay off Twitter. It's gonna kill it for you.
That's fair.
I actually went to the Bucs game against the Titans. Got to see that mayonnaise does not do very well in Florida. Will Levis got ate up by a Bucs defense who, I've said this so many times this year, but I just want to put a stamp on it again. That is an elite defense all the way around. The front 7 is good. The secondary is good. The backups are good.
Didn't this defense just get completely destroyed by C.J. Stroud 2 weeks ago, though?
What?
Did this defense just get absolutely destroyed by C.J. Stroud 2 weeks ago, if it's so elite?
Who hasn't got destroyed by C.J. Stroud?
Fair.
That's a fair comment.
The Panthers.
And everybody
that's also true.
Oh, that Thursday night game was bad, but also a little, if we have any listeners in Germany, that game was terrible. I'm sorry that we sent you Gardner Minshew versus Mac Jones, but
poor Minshew. I feel like Minshew finally has a shot to prove himself, and this year he's just been blah.
What's up?
I said Minshew had his chance. Like, Minshew's shown well in limited moments previous years, but he finally had his chance as starter. He's just been blah.
I mean, he had a chance as a starter in Jacksonville and played like blah.
He didn't play like blah in Jacksonville. He was good there.
He was
they wanted to lose.
Okay.
He played very well. You just wanted your boy.
Look what
Jack,
Sam
why
said.
did you turn on I don't know why you turn on Minshew. He's not Minshew. Shut up, you haters.
He's fine. But he's not great.
If I get drunk on football Sunday, I have to go on Twitter. It is what it is. I feel the same way.
That's literally all of us, honestly.
I don't get drunk on football Sunday.
I got one more question.
I can't.
Zach, are you at all starting to get worried that the Texans could win this division this year?
Yeah.
I feel like it's starting to pick up.
Yeah. Of course.
What about the Colts?
No, not at all worried.
Titans.
Colts do have an easy schedule the rest of the way. That's the only reason. Unless,
I mean,
the Jags would have to fall apart. But the Jags would have to absolutely fall.
The toughest part of our schedule is also over. So, like, I feel pretty good about our win-loss record at the end of the year still, despite this loss. But, yeah, I'm worried about C.J. Stroud and the Texans. Right. I'd be stupid not to be.
Sure. All right, Trevor, did you have any other points you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, I wanted to pose you guys a question. Is there anything in the NFL world worse than being a Green Bay Packers fan right now?
I don't know. Welcome onto the show, Good.
Yeah, there's no hope there.
Oh, man. It's tough, man. It's real tough.
There's definitely worse than that.
Green Bay Packers, though, dude.
No. Would you rather be a Packers fan or a Panthers fan right now? They don't even have their own pick this year.
Panthers. The Panthers have the number 1 overall pick at quarterback.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
He's not even
At least maybe. There's hope.
He has no weapons. At least flash something. C.J. Stroud doesn't have a great team, and he looks like an MVP.
I'm glad you brought up C.J. Stroud and then winning the division. I wanted to say about them, if they, the Jags should win this division, if that is what happens, and Houston is able to sneak their way into a wild card spot, that should be pretty concerning for a lot of these AFC division winners. I mean, I'm not using any names, but there's not a lot of teams in the AFC that are super powerhouses that are automatically going to win a game in the playoffs. And if there's going to be a sneaky little wild card, Houston is looking like they could be that.
Zane, I recommend you do research.
I lost so much money this weekend. Don't bet on me. I have $0 in my prize picks right now. Unfortunately.
Shout out to prize picks, dude. The $50 protected play.
Yeah.
Trevor won what? How much did you win this weekend, Trevor?
$250. I went 4 for 4 on that $50 protected one.
That's pretty nice.
It was
and if you want to check out Prize Picks, make sure you use the code BeerlyNFL, and
We're no longer under contract with them, so
Oh, we're no one. Never mind.
Fuck them.
at the moment. All right, should we head to NFC?
Let's do it, big dog.
All right, what did we do last week? Did we do like 4 at a time? 16 teams, I guess 4 at a time works.
Yeah.
All right, Trevor, you want to start?
Quick maths. Yeah, my number 16 should be no surprise. It's the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, I mean, they have the number 1 overall pick. Adam Thielen is looking like Adam Thielen of like 2018. I don't know how exciting that is, but I mean, you know, something's got to excite these fans. They're 1-8. They don't have their own pick. Bryce looks good, but he doesn't look good. He just looks like he might be good one day if he can stay healthy and they can keep him upright. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the Panthers because I got them last.
That's fair.
15th. This is nasty at the bottom, these bottom 3 teams. A team that is just in the mess right now, and I actually have a little note here. They're 2-8. It's the New York Giants, and you're not going to get this from a lot of people. You know, pride and, you know, a lot of, like, territory and everything is, like, big in the hearts of, you know, testosterone-filled men. But I just want to say that I personally think it's okay if you want to flip teams, you know, if you don't want to die with the ship. If you're a Giants fan and you're thinking about leaving the team, you know, there's a lot of cool teams to support right now. You know, don't feel bad if you want to quit being a Giants fan because I think the next 3-4 years are going to be just as hard as what you're seeing right now. So you could die with the burning ship. You could, you know, flip teams and be a little happier. Friends will probably just joke with you. I don't know. And then 14th, I got the Chicago Bears. Sitting at 3-7. There's still a little hope there because Justin Fields looked good before he went down. But yeah, I got the Bears at 14, Giants at 15, and Panthers at 16.
Wait, you need 3 or 4?
Oh, 13, the Green Bay Packers sitting at 3-6. There's talent there. A.J. Dillon just had a good game. You know, they got 2 good running backs. They got at the very least, a good receiver in Christian Watson. Jordan Love hasn't surprised anybody this year, but he's been not good, which is better than being shit. Because, like,
I guess
if you can't get a better quarterback this year without spending a lot of money, it's probably, I mean, if you don't feel like drafting a quarterback in the first or second round, it's probably not worth grabbing one.
If they keep losing, they're going to get a higher and higher pick, and you never know if people can start.
I agree. If there's somebody I think Jaden Daniels is a first-round quarterback. So if you're a team and you see him on the board in the second round, I'd squeeze that trigger for sure.
I can't see the Packers ever having a dual-threat quarterback.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
I can't. They have to have a drop-back passer.
No, things are changing.
Mm-hmm.
They really got to, man, I hope one day somebody listens to this podcast and they're like, we need him running our team, like an NFL team.
I'm sure that'll happen, bud.
They just let me at it. But probably not. It's probably not going to happen. So the Packers at 14, Bears at 15, Giants at 16, whatever.
Panthers at 17, guess so.
Yeah, whatever, man.
All right. Zach, you want to go or me?
Yeah, I'll go. At 16, I actually have a different pick than Trevor. It's not the Panthers.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'll explain why it's not the Panthers. So there's one team in the NFC who has scored fewer points and allowed more points.
Me and Zach are going to agree for once.
Than the Carolina Panthers, and that is the New York Giants. The New York Giants are so bad, especially when Tyrod is not on the field. Tyrod at least moves the ball.
And Zach had them projected at 10 wins this season, actually.
Yeah. You know what?
They're
having a year that I expected them to have last year this year.
Yeah, you were right last year, but wrong this year.
Listen, that's what
Stop predicting things about the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants are unpredictable.
Whenever Zach picks them to be good, they're going to be bad. Whenever he picks they're going to be bad, they're going to be good. That's just how it works.
You know what? For Giants fans, I will take you guys at 0-16 again next year. There you go. But also, if you think about it, the Giants are also in a worse situation than the Panthers are in.
Yeah.
Giants have...
Giants at least have a first-round pick this year.
Yeah, they're both in bad. I mean, I will say the Giants are still – I wouldn't say Panthers fans go far.
The Giants have a chance at the number one quarterback in the draft next year. Panthers.
That's true, but
paying Daniel Jones $40 million.
But you're paying Daniel Jones $40 million for the next 4 years.
I haven't looked in his contract, but I heard they get out of it at the end of next year. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but
that's a lot of cap space eaten up for 2 seasons.
But I mean, if you're getting a rookie quarterback next season, it's not going to be huge against the cap. So if they can get rid of him in the next year, we'll see.
But that's also not their only weakness. They also have a bad defense, a really bad defense. They also don't have an answer. They can't pay Saquon Barkley currently. And they already signed Daniel Jones to this massive contract. So Saquon, they're going to have to find the money to pay Saquon somehow. Their team is already terrible, and they have all this money locked up in other contracts that they can't pay their star player.
They just need to say, screw it, Tyrod Taylor, starting quarterback next season, go all in, right?
Exactly. Yes, 100%. If you want to make the playoffs, Tyrod Taylor's your guy.
You know, Tommy DeVito still lives at home with his parents.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's weird. He just goes home and his mom does his laundry for him and cooks for him. Isn't he like 25 years old? Is that not weird to anyone?
That's weird.
It's something for an NFL player.
I saw a comment that was hilarious. It was like, Tommy DeVito is going to be the star of a Hallmark movie one day. It's going to be like, a girl goes home, finds her true lost love, and they find love, and then she realizes, oh, he's a starting quarterback for the New York Giants. And he still lives at home with his parents. But then he finds the true meaning of Christmas, and they all live happily ever after.
It's not about who you are. It's about who you appear to be, brother. So.
And at 15, I have the Carolina Panthers.
Boom.
Panthers are terrible. Bryce Young doesn't look that good. I'm going to say I called it on C.J. Stroud. Thought he was the best quarterback in this draft. He's looking like the best quarterback in this draft. Close to them, 14. The Bears. Stinks to be them year after year. And then at 13, I have the Packers, who is the most just unimpressive football team.
Oh wow, we've agreed pretty much. Yeah, there's really nothing there. When
Yeah.
your quarterback is that bland and that, you need your quarterback to do something, and the quarterback's not doing anything. So.
Yeah.
All right. Number 16, I'm agree with Zach. I got the worst team in football. At least this number 15 is competitive. This team is getting blown out lately. Tommy DeVito belongs in another football league, not the NFL. Maybe like one of those weird XFL leagues or something, but he's not an NFL quarterback. They're awful. Giants at 16. Number 15, Panthers. At least they're competitive, I guess. They're not good. That trade for Bryce Young might be one of the worst ever, but they're not very good. Number 14, I got the Chicago Bears. At least they're a little competitive, and the Bears' defense is still pretty good. Justin Fields is coming back, so at least there's a little bit of hope left. So that's something. But I got the Bears at 14. Rounding it out, I'm the only one that had this team in my bottom 4. Yes, they're trending up. Yes, their starting quarterback is back. And honestly, I expect them to move up a few spots, but just because how bad they were the first 9 games of the season, I got the Arizona Cardinals at 13. Yes, they won a game, but still, 2-8 on the season? Have to have them pretty low. I get the Cardinals at 13.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree with that.
I mean, I feel like if Kyler had played this full season, this team could have probably been in the wild card conversation. We'll see how he looks the rest of the year, but still.
Yeah.
All right. Since Trevor's gone, you want to do your next 4, Zach?
Yeah, I'll do my next
I'm right
four.
here, man.
Right
At
here, man.
12, I have the Cardinals of Arizona.
Wait,
You know,
can I interrupt you?
yeah.
What are your thoughts on the comment that Trevor said Kyler Murray is a better quarterback than Justin Herbert?
Did I say that?
No, he
Yeah.
said he had a more talented arm.
No, he said he's a better quarterback multiple times in text today.
You could argue that.
I don't think I said that.
I don't think you could argue. I don't think you could argue the arm. I think Herbert's arm is far better than Kyler Murray's. I think you could argue quarterback, but I don't think you could argue
the idea of Justin Herbert's arm is better than Kyler Murray's.
What?
Okay. Anyway, Cardinals at 12.
Wait, one more time. Sorry,
Oh
Zach.
my God, Kerry.
This is the flashback. Do you remember the argument we had 2 years ago about who would be the better franchise quarterback, Josh Allen or Kyler Murray?
Mm-hmm.
That was funny. I don't think anybody would have thought of that now.
Do we have an answer for it?
Well, if you want to listen to that was like 2021. Go back and listen to one of our episodes. We debated whether Kyler Murray or Josh Allen would be better franchise quarterback.
And we really don't know the answer.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of different
Shut
now.
up. You're wrong. You're just
All
wrong.
right, sorry.
All right. 12, I have the Cardinals. Kyler Murray being back moves them up the list a little for me. But still not very high. This is still a team without a lot of talent. So Cardinals at 12. At 11, I have a team. Wait, I want to check something before I say this name because they could move up my list.
Done.
I know what you're talking about.
Bro's like, is Desmond Ritter playing? Desmond Ritter. Trevor actually called Desmond Ritter a running back today.
I actually did.
Listen, if Desmond Ritter is the starter the rest of the season, they might move up my list. But right now, I don't have any confirmation on that, so they are at 11 for me.
Are you happy that Atlanta ownership confirmed that Arthur Smith will be their coach next season as well?
Will not be?
No,
they will be. Yeah,
he'll last the rest of this year and presumably next year too.
I mean, they are pissing off a lot of Atlanta fans that I know because I'm not an Atlanta fan, but I do have a lot of friends that are because I live in Georgia. But Atlanta fans do not like Arthur Smith. The Falcons at 11.
Fans? Are they more Falcons fans or Braves fans?
More Braves fans.
Do you know any Hawks fans or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know Hawks fans. I know Georgia Tech fans.
No, that makes sense. A little.
At 10, I have a team that seems like they could be decent, and then at other times seems like they don't know what they're doing. And so they're kind of a confusing team to pick, but I have the Los Angeles Rams at 10.
That's fair.
There are times when Stafford looks like vintage Stafford. He's throwing to Puka, he's throwing to Cooper Kupp, and everything seems right with the world in LA. And then there are other times where the offense can't move the ball for whatever reasons. Cooper Kupp is not getting targets or catches. Puka is not getting targets or catches. I feel like the loss of Kyron Williams really hurt this offense because their run game threat is almost non-existent now. And I think he could be back in 3 to 4 weeks. But
also, have we ever seen a quarterback that started a game and then immediately gets cut 2 days after? I feel like that's never happened. Very rarely. After Brett Reipman started a week ago and then immediately got cut.
Yeah.
I want to see Stafford get hurt. No, sorry. That's
that way. Really bad thing to say.
I want to see Carson Wentz play with Sean McVay. I feel like it'd be fun to watch. He got Baker Mayfield to look a little better last year. I want to see if he could turn Carson Wentz.
Vintage Carson, MVP Carson Wentz.
I don't hate it. I just want to see what he looks like. That's all.
Okay. And then at 9, I have the Washington Commanders, who with an O-line would be a contender this year.
Whoa.
That's a true statement.
Yeah,
Actually,
Sam Howell's been stacked 47 times this year.
Honestly, with the defense too, because they decided to trade two of their top defensive linemen, and ever since then their defense has gotten worse.
Yeah.
Maybe if they had two good defensive linemen in last week's game, they probably would have won. But
yeah,
sometimes winning can be a bad thing.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Interesting take. All right. Do you want to go or me?
Yeah, I'll go. Mine are pretty similar to Zach's. 12, I got the Rams sitting at 3-6. If you can slow the passing offense down, you can slow this entire team down. You can slow Sean McVay down. I think Matt Stafford's coming back this week, but it's already halfway through the season. You got 3 wins. The Rams' hope should be dwindling on this season. And at number 11, Zach, I'm sorry to say this, but I think the Falcons, they only have a chance behind a healthy Taylor Heineke, and I got him at number 11.
Yeah, because he has not won a game yet, and we're going to go with him as the guy that's going to lead us to victory.
I mean, he played a game and a half.
He hasn't won a game that he's touched the field. They've lost every game where he's touched the field.
I mean, he came in the fourth.
He is 0-3 in games where they are 0-3 in games where he has played a down of football.
Big picture, actually, small picture, just this season, I think Heineke is the right move for the rest of the season if he's healthy. But big picture, I guess keep Ritter in there.
Trevor, no.
Possible.
What would you think about a Jaden Daniels appearance in Atlanta next season?
I want Kyler in Atlanta. Yeah, Jaden Daniels would be cool too. So I got the Falcons at 11. At number 10, I got the Commanders. Another 4-6 team. They're just not – they're a cool team. They're just not better. They're not more scary than any team. Well, they might be. There's a couple of teams ahead of them that aren't that scary. But it doesn't seem like this is a good team. It just seems like this is a competitive team, and that's the best title I'll give them. So I got the Commanders at 10. And then at number 9, I got a team who is 1-0. And you guys might not like this, but at number 9, I got the Arizona Cardinals because they're 1-0 with Kyler Murray. And when you can add a top 3 quarterback in the NFC to your
top
team,
3 quarterback in the NFC,
you're a top 10 team.
He might be a top 3 midget in the NFC. I don't know about quarterback.
He's both. So although they have 2 wins, they're number 9 in my power rankings. And when the Seahawks lose this week to the Rams and the Cardinals beat whoever they're playing, they're going to be 1 game closer to something. Shout out to the Cardinals. They're back. They're 9th in my power rankings. It's a good time to be a Cardinals fan.
Isn't
Kyler's back.
Okay. Is he even going to be their quarterback next season?
I don't care. I'm talking about this season right now.
What's the best they can go? 9-8?
Yes.
So that's great.
It's not great, but if you're the 9th best team in the NFC, you're not great.
I'd rather be the worst. I'd rather be the worst team in the NFC than the 9th best team. At least you have the number.
Okay, well, you're not on the power rankings. The Arizona Cardinals are.
All right.
LMAO, Kyler top 3 after 1 game.
No, it's been way more than 1 game.
He hasn't played in a year and a half, buddy.
What do you think about that, Kerry? Patriots should try to get Heineke next season.
Why?
Patriots should get Kyler.
I'd take Heineke as a backup. That's about it. He shouldn't be a starter anymore. He's not a top 10 quarterback like some people in this podcast have referred him to. As I will bring up till the day you die.
Okay, first off, I said he was playing.
Zach, at your wedding next year, I'm going to jump out, and before you say I do, I'm going to be like, just wait. This man's a Taylor Heineke who's a top 10 quarterback. Are you sure you can say yes? And then she can be like, no, I'm going to run off with Zane, and that'll be the end of it.
Zane's married.
Exactly.
Tighten up.
At number 12, I get the Green Bay Packers. They've been actually pretty competitive this season. If they had a confident quarterback, they might be a playoff team, but unfortunately they don't. And
Yeah, but they decided not to support their competent quarterback and draft this guy with their first round pick the year after they allowed 245 yards from scrimmage on the ground.
That is all true statements. All true statements. Jordan Love, if he didn't throw the ball to the other team, you might win games. Probably figure that out one day. All right, number 11, I got the Rams. They were competitive for a while. They've kind of fallen off lately. We're at the point I want to see Carson Wentz getting some playing time, so that should pretty much tell you where the season is going for the Rams. Number 10, I got Zach's boys, the Falcons. They're competitive. They're competitive every week. Doesn't matter which mediocre quarterback it is, but they're not good. They have fun parts on offense. Arthur Smith just hates fun.
Yeah.
I feel like if Arthur Smith went to play with kids or something for charity or something, he would just go in there and steal their toys. And that's how he is. Little trust fund baby.
So he's a Grinch.
I will go and quote on this. Arthur Smith is the Grinch of fantasy football, and I think anybody would agree with that.
I think he's the Grinch of football.
Fair.
Not just fantasy football. Because let's think about it this way. The reason people are upset, there's multiple reasons people are upset with his usage of Bijan Robinson. But one of them is you used a top 10 pick on a running back. We would expect you to use that running back.
That's just life.
Yeah.
He did use Bijan last week.
A lot, yeah.
So maybe he's listening to people. I don't know. I guess he just realized my dad owns FedEx. Nobody's gonna do anything to me. Who cares? And number 9, honestly, my new favorite quarterback in the NFL. Sam Howell and the Commanders. I love Sam Howell. I really like some of their skill players also. But Zach said earlier, their O-line is terrible. Their defense is awful. Ron Rivera should not be a coach in the NFL anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Howell's potential, Terry McLaurin, Dotson, Samuel. I like their offense. Just
like the pieces, but there's no glue.
I saw a rumor today about a Bill Belichick trade there in the offseason. That'd be interesting.
Bill Belichick to the Commanders?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Turn around that defense, invest in the O-line, and Sam Howell's your guy for the future. I like it.
He's getting old.
It's just where he wants. I did see Bill Belichick also the Chargers as a rumor. Trevor would hate that.
No, what?
What?
Trevor could not handle him.
Is he too soft?
Yes.
He's not submissive and breedable.
No, he's too submissive and breedable.
He's too submissive.
Okay.
How do you know that?
It'd be like putting ice cream in the oven. 350 for 30 minutes.
How do you know that? Have you met Justin Herbert in person?
I could just tell.
Have you been in that locker room, or do you stare at his pictures on Instagram all night long, and that's how you know?
Listen, man.
So
I analyze.
I bet you do. And speaking of that,
analyze is my business.
Who's your 5 through 8, Trevor?
At number 8, I got the Saints.
What the heck?
With this struggling offense, a change of quarterback, an unhealthy quarterback, was exactly what they needed, and then it turned out to be exactly what they didn't need. Jameis Winston didn't do anything special against a Vikings defense who isn't anything special. This was a team I was going back and forth on, the Saints and Vikings. Didn't know who I wanted to put higher. So thankfully they played this last week, and I was able to get that settled pretty quickly. So I got the Saints at 8, the Vikings at 6, and I actually got the Bucks at 7. I think as long as the Bucks offense doesn't turn the ball over, they could beat the Saints every time they play them. I think the Saints will beat the Saints before the Bucks beat the Bucks. And so I got them one spot higher. And then, like I said, the Vikings, who have won, I think, 4 straight games now and just have been extremely impressive with Josh Dobbs. I got them at 6. And at number 5, this should not be a top 5 team in anything besides the division. But with a weak NFC, the Seattle Seahawks are a top 5 team in the NFC. I got them settled in at number 5.
Okay. I don't agree with almost anything you said there. I also have the Saints at 8, the Bucks at 7, but I have the Vikings and Seahawks switched. The Vikings seem hotter than the Seahawks, and that's the only reason. The Vikings seem to be playing better at the moment than the Seahawks do. Not that the Seahawks are playing bad, but they seem more prone to losses than the Vikings do. The Vikings are playing pretty good football right now, even with Josh Dobbs. I think the Vikings are a contender this year with Kirk Cousins, but sadly, no Achilles, no Cousins, and so they are not a contender.
Cheers.
I would say Seahawks have had a much harder schedule than the Vikings. Seahawks, Raven, obviously Commanders, they won, but that's not a huge team. But then the Browns and the Ravens before that versus the Vikings who beat the Vikings beat the Falcons and the Saints. We're two pretty mediocre teams.
Yeah.
All right. Number 8, I got the Vikings. They're a fun story, but I just don't buy them yet. But the NFC is so weak, you never know. Number 7, I got the NFC South mid-team number 1, Tampa Bay Bucks.
Wow, you have the Bucks higher than, or the Saints higher than the Bucks.
Yeah, I've always been a Saints fan.
I get it.
It changes every week who's in head of this division. It's not going to matter at the end of the season. They're both mediocre. They have good defenses, mediocre offense. I get the Bucks at 7. 6, I get the Saints. These two teams are pretty much interchangeable. Derek Carr is just disappointing me. He just looks like a dentist out there. Like, I don't even know what he's doing. At least Jameis sucks and he turns the ball over every 4 throws, but at least he's entertaining. Like, put Taysom Hill out. Give you some excitement at this point.
Well, I mean, like with Jameis, the fun thing about watching Jameis is he made 2 throws in that game that no one else would ever make. One was a touchdown and the other was a pick.
It's like he goes out there, throws 2 touchdowns. He's so hyped. 2 interceptions. Like, he's just a gunslinger. People call Josh Allen a gunslinger. No, Jameis Winston's a gunslinger.
True.
No one will even attempt the throws that guy makes. He's fun
It's
to
just
watch.
a gun that's sometimes going to shoot you in the leg.
Yeah, that's
Plaxico Burress.
Like, sometimes it just goes off is the only bad part about the gun.
Yeah, it misfires a lot when you're not holding the trigger.
I don't even know what our boy Jameis one-on-one's like thoughts are on Winston lately.
Oh,
but,
you keep going. I'll look them up.
Yeah. All right, and my number 5, I think I agreed with everyone but Zach. I have the Seahawks.
So just me.
Oh, yeah. I don't love the Seahawks. Geno peaked last year, but the NFC is so weak. This is a pretty solid team. And you never know, maybe they'll win a playoff game or 2. All right. Should we do 2 and 2 to finish it
I
out?
really don't like this team as a wild card, though.
You have to pick it, bud.
What?
You have to pick it. Hey, you
Pick
pick.
what?
You're on do 4 and 3.
Okay. Number 4 is a team that could beat any team here, 2 through 16. They've got the second most wins in the NFC, but I got the Lions at number 4 just because their defense is a little suspect to me. They definitely have the worst defense in the top 4. Their offense is solid, though. They got a good system. What's Johnson's first name? Is it Dan, the OC? Paul? Ben Johnson. Yeah, he's a great OC. I think he'll be a head coach somewhere next year. And Jared Goff at the helm, he can put up the most boring 40 points of your life, and we saw that again this past Sunday. But just when the playoffs come around, the lights get bright. I like teams 1, 2, and 3 more than I like the Lions. And this is a power ranking. So the Lions are good, but they're not as powerful as the teams above them. So the Lions at 4, the Cowboys at 3. Really impressed with that defense. Is there any concern or any smoke about Trevon Diggs possibly coming back this season, or is he like all shut down?
That bro's busy on Twitter.
Okay, well, he was the best part about the Cowboys defense this year, to be honest, for the however 25 hours he was healthy. But I got them at number 3. It looks like when they play a team worse than them, they're head and shoulders above that team. And it's honestly not that hard to be the 3rd best team in the NFC this year. So I got the Cowboys at 3. Should I keep going?
No, just 2 and 2. So just to update, Jameis 101 was really quiet on Twitter for about 2 weeks.
Really?
He has not tweeted anything. He's just been retweeting positive Jameis posts.
Shocker.
So, shout out to Jameis 101. We'd love to have him back on the show. At 4, I have a team that I use this comparison a lot, and I think it's apt as well here. It's a team that plays like the Tennessee Volunteers, hot and cold. By the way, called that game last week.
Did you?
Yeah. As I said, they won the game against Kentucky, so now they're going to play bad again.
That works.
And that is the most hot and cold team in the NFL. They could win it all, but that would require them to be consistent in the playoffs. I don't believe they'll be able to do it. So I have the Cowboys at 4.
Fair.
At 3, I have the Detroit Lions. They are more consistently good than the Cowboys, but they don't peak as high as the other teams. They don't peak as high as the Cowboys or the other 2 teams I have on here. So for that reason, I have them at 3.
You know what's very interesting? I didn't expect to see Draymond Green getting Rudy Gobert in a chokehold in the fight tonight, but it happened.
Tonight?
Yeah.
You put Rudy Gobert in a chokehold?
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Why are people so mean to Rudy Gobert?
Because he's not good.
Neither is Draymond. 3 times.
All right. My 4, I'm going to agree with Zach. I give the Cowboys a 4. Dak's played pretty well this year, but it's just a very inconsistent team. The running game's been awful since Zeke left. They were surprised. Yeah. And Leighton Vander Esch out for the year officially today. Trevon Diggs already out for the year. But they're a talented team in a weak NFC. You never know how far this team will go. And number 3, the Detroit Lions. We thought they were going to be good this year. I don't think they're true Super Bowl contenders this year, but I think they're one of the 3rd best team in the NFC, and they should be able to get a playoff win or 2. We'll see. But really happy for the Lions, and this is, finally Lions fans have something to be happy about.
All righty.
Top 2. I think we all have the same top 2.
It just depends on the order.
Yeah.
The Eagles are the best team in football. I got them at number 1, the most complete team in football. I just, any weakness they have, there's a strength, not very far away. So I have them number 1 is my NFC rankings and number 1 in my NFL rankings as well. And then obviously San Francisco 49ers at 2, struggled for a few weeks there, but a big FU win on top of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Doesn't matter who you could beat. By 30, winning by 30 is a big statement win. Doing it against another good team in the AFC is even better. Brock Purdy played well. Christian McCaffrey had a huge day. They need that bye week desperately. What?
What did he finish with?
He had 150 yards. I think he had 90 on the ground, 50 in the air, something like that. But maybe not a huge day for McCaffrey standards, but 150 yards in the NFL, I'll call it a huge day.
He ended his touchdown streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't score. So shout out to the Jags. It's the little wins. Sometimes losses are a good thing, But yeah, Eagles at 1, Niners at 2. I'd be very interested if you guys had a different order to hear why.
I have at number 1 someone that was on my frauds list, and it is Philly. I have Philly at number 1. They are the most complete team in the NFC. Their defense is playing well. Their offense is playing well. Don't see a lot of holes in this team. Their secondary is probably the weakest part of their team, but their interior defensive line and their pass rush does a pretty good job at helping that out most of the time. The offense with A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Jalen Hurts, DeAndre Swift finally having a good year, although that's not surprising behind the best offensive line in the NFL. That's why they're number one. At number two, I have the 49ers. Obviously, they beat up on my team this week. I think this is still one of the, if not the best rosters in the NFL. It just depends on if they can continue to put it together. Because for 3 weeks there, they really struggled. So,
All right. Number two, in the words of the late, great George Washington, as he once said back in 1776, before the alarm clock was invented, he said, "Fuck Philly, Philly number two, fuck that worthless city."
You don't believe that?
I don't give a shit. No, they're frauds. Come on. Niners all the way. Niners number one. Niners are beating Philly in the playoffs. I don't care they had a bad couple weeks. Chase Young is here. They're now healthy. Brock Purdy is here to rip your heart out. Jalen Hurts. Fuck the brotherly shove. Fuck whatever that's called. Fuck Philly. Losers. They're going to lose till the day they die. Jalen Hurts, you peaked in the Super Bowl. It's over. Fuck you, Philly. Go home. Niners own you, frauds.
So you're taking Niners over Philly because of Chase Young?
Yes. In life.
That's interesting, man. That's worse than interesting. The Eagles are the most complete team in football.
Eagles are frauds.
You
That
can't
secondary
even slow down the offense.
That secondary is not that good.
Okay.
Just wait till they play the Niners.
And the Niners secondary is?
Man. Chiefs are going to expose these Eagle frauds. Jalen Hurts is going to sit there and cry like a little baby. He's going to be like, "Oh, I can't get my tushy pushed. What am I going to do?"
You want to bet on this game?
No, I've lost a lot on betting,
Man,
so I
I
can't
would
really bet
love
anymore.
to take the Eagles in this game.
You would love to.
I mean, I guess we already kind of are betting. We did it and pick them. So
Yeah? I mean, you're going 2-1, so we already know at this point. But Niners all the way, baby.
okay. Zane said, dude, they have that tush push on lockdown.
Zane Smith knows a good tush push.
you do. Do you guys really think Gardner Minshew can squat 525?
Yeah, that was bullshit. There's no way. That was a lie. Did not believe that 1 second. All right. We ready for rapid fire? We got any other?
Ready for rapid fire.
All right. I can do it this week because I don't have the hiccups. All right. Again, follow us on Twitter, Billy Football. You get all these posts before they come out on the show. And rapid fire of the week. True or false? The sophomore wide receiver class has been disappointing this season. Guys like Olav, Wilson, Watson, London, Pickens. Sadly true.
Yeah.
True.
Name a former Ravens running back. Ray Rice.
Willis McGahee.
Two good ones. Kenyon Drake. It's so boring.
Will the Bills still make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
Really?
Sadly enough. All right. Is the Madden curse real after Josh Allen having a disastrous season?
Everyone knows what we're talking about, so yeah, it's real.
Sure.
It's
Pick
real
two
if it's in your heart.
All right. Pick two wide receivers. DJ Moore, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Keenan Allen.
Diggs does not belong there. Diggs is head and shoulders above all those guys. But I'll take Diggs and Lamb.
I'm going to agree with Trevor, sadly.
I'm on Rocket on the team too.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Who is the best quarterback here? Goff, Herbert, Dak, Lawrence. It's Herbie, baby.
What did I say in my QB ranking?
Dak Prescott, baby.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I want to stay consistent. Who is it? Dak, Herbert, Goff, Lawrence?
Yeah.
Dak.
Has Josh Allen peaked as a quarterback?
Yes.
Don't know. I'm going to say no because I've seen him play better.
I have
in
my
the future.
QB6 right now.
I can't believe I tweeted it wrong and I never noticed that. I said had instead of has.
I noticed that. I figured you did it on purpose because you wanted to pretend you were stupid.
No, I'm really just that stupid and didn't pay attention to it all day long.
Okay.
All right. Which quarterback would you trust the most to not throw an interception? Jameis, Jay Cutler, Brett Favre, Josh Allen.
God.
Jay Cutler.
It's a tough one.
Not throw a pick. Jameis, Jay Cutler,
Favre
Brett
and Allen.
Favre, and Josh Allen. I think I have to go Cutler.
I'm going to go Favre because, like, in the 90s, at least Favre didn't throw that many picks. And Sam Adams, I'm going to go with 42 yards.
Who do they play? The Dolphins?
The Raiders.
Oh,
If Russell Wilson wasn't an NFL player, what would his job be?
84 yards.
A Christian rapper.
Sunglass Hut.
I like that one, Trevor. I like Kerry's too, but I really like Sunglass Hut employee. Yeah.
Good one. Who's the best Denver Broncos player of all time? It's John Elway, sadly.
Zach might tell you it's Pat Surtain, dude. I'm going to go Tim Tebow because he's the only player that ever made me delete. He's the only Denver Bronco that ever made me believe.
That's true.
Peyton Manning exists.
What is your favorite memory from a backup NFL quarterback?
Probably when, like, Luke McCown would be out there, like, balling. Like, that was so inspiring for me.
Minneapolis Miracle.
Every time Tyrod Taylor has touched an NFL football field.
Who's the third best quarterback in the AFC East right now?
Third best in the AFC East?
It's Zach Wilson, unfortunately.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Describe Mac Jones in
Wait,
one
who's
word.
the backup? Who's the backup in Buffalo?
Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen.
Describe Mac Jones in one word. Cooked.
Bad. Actually, honestly, at this point, and people are gonna hate me for this, at this point, he's underrated. He gets a lot of hate.
Privilege.
He's never going to succeed here.
He was a Pro Bowler, bro.
He was a top 100 player in the NFL. Who will end up being the best NFL quarterback here? J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Jaden Daniels. Got to keep
Daniels. Jaden Daniels.
I got to say Penix.
Bo Nix, my number 2. Can the Jets make the playoffs with Zach Wilson?
No.
Can they? No. Well, can they? It's possible.
I think if they beat the Bills this week, I think they'll make the playoffs. They just that's gotta happen. Yeah, Mac Jones will definitely be coaching high school in 5 years. Is Lamar Jackson an elite quarterback?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
Borderline.
Arguable. Yeah.
Borderline.
Is Sam Howell a quarterback of the future for the Commanders? Easily, yes.
Yeah,
but like, what is that? That's no big deal.
What?
Quarterback of the future for the Commanders? What are the Commanders going to do in the next 5 years?
All right. True or false? CJ Stroud should be MVP conversation this year.
Yeah.
Sure. He can be in the conversation.
A quarterback should not win MVP this year.
I agree.
Myles Garrett, baby? Maybe. Are the Jaguars frauds? Yes.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, fan base got a little too excited there.
Who's the best quarterback in the NFC West? Brock Purdy, baby.
It's Kyler Murray.
Is Jalen Hurts already a better quarterback than Michael Vick? No.
Jalen Hurts already a better quarterback than Michael Vick?
Nah, not yet.
No,
But
not yet.
almost.
If Arthur Smith wasn't an NFL coach, what would his job be?
I feel like he would be a manager at Staples.
I'm pretty sure he'd be a predator and go on that show.
You can stop.
Zach, have you seen this picture before? The one
Yes, I have. I have.
Yeah. Just look into his eyes. He's scary. I see nothing but evil.
Any profession that can wear flip-flops every day, he would do that.
Which quarterback should be drafted higher, Caleb Williams or Drake May? May's been balling lately.
It's Caleb Williams.
I don't know. It's close for me.
Williams is number one.
Zach said he'd take like 5 people over Williams last week. So
Yeah, because he's a crybaby and a loser.
I don't think he said 5.
Zach literally said 5 people. He said Sam Hartman. He said Penix. He said like 5.
I think he said 3.
No, he said like 5.
I don't remember.
He said Bo Nix. He said a bunch of guys. Who is the better wide receiver, Chris Carter or Marvin Harrison?
Harrison.
Harrison, but Carter was older than us, so probably biased.
Harrison's older than us too, buddy.
True or false? Not me. I'm older than you guys.
You're older than Marvin Harrison?
True or false? Eric Dickerson was the best running back of the 1980s. I feel like
dude. How would I know that?
Yeah. All right. If you could add any current NFL player to your team, who would it be?
Any player in the NFL?
Yep.
Trent Williams.
Mahomes.
I love Tyreek Hill.
No, I mean, God, let me think. We don't need players. We need
coaches. Get Tyreek Hill, Zach.
Tyreek Hill would be great. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, where do you rank Brett Favre among quarterbacks all time? He's top 10-ish.
I'll say he's top 6.
Brett Favre?
Yeah.
I'd say top 15.
Name a former Michigan player.
Tom
Brady.
Jabril Peppers.
Denard Robinson.
Ooh, who was that guy? Gardner.
Sauce.
He was a quarterback.
Who was the best defensive player of the 21st century so far? I'm going to go with Ray Lewis.
I love that.
Trevor?
Ed Reed, though. Ed Reed was better defensive player than Ray Lewis.
Aaron Donald, Ed Reed, J.J. Watt, Revis,
Palamalu.
I might say J.J. Watt.
Who is a better quarterback, Sam Howell or Brock Purdy?
Mid-off. I don't know.
I think it's Sam Howell, buddy.
I don't care.
All right, let me do a couple more.
Oh, I got Purdy higher, though, so I'll say Purdy.
Who is the best quarterback here? Lamar, Allen, Herbert, Tua. I still got Josh Allen. I don't care about you haters.
What was it?
I got Tua.
Lamar, Herbert.
Lamar, Herbert, Tua, Allen.
I got Tua as QB3, so I'll take him.
Tua is QB3 for me as well.
All right. Who's your favorite Carolina Panthers player of all time?
Julius Peppers was a savage back in the day.
Yeah. Luke Kuechly.
Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams is a good answer, too. Steve Smith.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last one. Pick one in their prime. Jimmy Graham, Greg Olson, Jason Witten, Vernon Davis. I'm going to go Jimmy.
Jimmy Graham. That 1 year. Where he's doing all the dunks.
They're all really good. So who are they again?
Jimmy Graham, Greg Olson, Jason Witten, Vernon Davis.
God. How many of those guys went to Iowa? Because I know 2 of them went to the U. Give me, Greg Olson probably. I really like Greg Olson.
And Zach, and speaking of that, follow us on Twitter at Beerly Football to get all those tweets. Zach, you got a big fantasy week coming up.
We do.
In 2 weeks.
Zach versus Kerry week.
But don't forget, you're also playing Trevor in our other league.
Oh, I am? Oh, I didn't know that.
Who has won 3 straight.
Are you ready for the 10-0 gong show, Zach? Are you ready?
All right. First off, I want to say I'm the hottest team in the Beerly League right now.
You have more points than I do, and I'm 10-0.
Yeah, I know. I'm the hottest team in the beer league right now. Back-to-back weeks over 140. Going up against the undefeated Kerry Dempsey.
I don't have Camaro this week, so I'm a little scared.
Yeah, you should be. You should be, little boy.
A little bit.
Shout out to Tight End University of Miami. So Kerry, how are you feeling about your team this week? Obviously, no Camara. You still feeling like you continued the undefeated streak?
I feel like if I win this week, I'm going the rest of the way. Well, no, wait, I still have to play Janda. Janda's a tough out, but I'm scared. This is my prove-it week. I've been talking a little trash lately. This is the week I can finally shut up. I'm scared about a couple guys. Raheem Mostert, AK is back. I'm not sure if Mostert's gonna be as dominant. Obviously, I'm starting 2 Titans, Henry and Hopkins. That's iffy enough. So I got a lot of questions. Do I start Brock Purdy? Do I start Sam Howell? I'm not feeling great about this week. Zach, let me just pull up Zach's team. Let me look at it. Josh Jobs does not scare me.
Against
Denver,
okay.
Denver's great on defense lately.
He's the number 8 quarterback in fantasy.
Brees Hall and Brian Robertson don't scare me.
Both
CeeDee Lamb though scares me a lot. He's been
CeeDee Lamb
cooking
should scare you.
And Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's a pretty good duo right there. Those are the two. Those are who I'm most scared about, honestly. Zach, Are you scared about anybody on my team?
Let me check out your team real quick.
It's
okay. Sam Howell at quarterback against the Giants. He should do very well. That defense is awful. Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins against Jacksonville.
Henry's a Jags killer.
Not last year, he wasn't.
We'll see. Yeah, that's iffy.
Derek, it's iffy. Eckler against Green Bay should do well. Dallas's defense, Adam Thielen, I don't expect to put up a ton of points. I'm interested to see how Tampa Bay does against George Kittle in the Niners defensively. Mostert questionable against Las Vegas. A-Chain coming off of IR. That's another question mark. Steelers against Cleveland. I feel like the Steelers defense could put up a lot of points, honestly.
Zach, are you actually going to start the Raiders defense against Miami?
No, I have waivers in.
And are you going to start Amari Cooper over Tank Dell? Or are you going to Tank Dell?
I think I'm going to go Tank Dell at Arizona or at home against Arizona. The Pittsburgh defense just scares me too much. So does Deshaun Watson. He scares me. I go to a lot of massage parlors, so.
Good luck to you this week, Zach.
Good luck to you, man. This is gonna be a fun one.
Why don't you pull up Trevor's matchup versus you?
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Give me a second.
Zach's been cooking in that league too. I think you're in third place now.
Yeah, I have made massive comebacks in both leagues. This league I started 0-4. I'm now 6-4, and I think league I started 0-3.
We got third place Zach against fourth place Trevor. Trevor, you scared about playing Zach this week?
No.
No?
Kyler's back. I'm probably not going to lose again.
You want to guarantee that?
Nope. But I mean, come on, dude. I got Travis Etienne. I got Bijan Robinson. I got CeeDee Lamb.
Bijan's on bye, bud.
Oh, that is true. Who do I got in there instead? Oh, I got DeAndre Swift coming off a bye. I think he'll be used a lot in the game in Kansas City. Hopefully.
Zach is
so here we are. Zach
is Dobbs again.
Yeah, dude.
Wait,
great waiver wire pickups, baby.
Are you going to start Dobbs or Hurts this week?
I don't know. KC's defense has been really good this year, so I'm not sure who to go with there. I might start Jalen Waddle in place of someone. We don't have an IR spot in this league, which makes Kyron Williams on my bench.
I told Trevor to do that like 5 times, and he never did it.
So
too late now.
But I have Jamar Chase, Tank Dell, Christian Kirk, all 3 of whom have been playing really well lately. Justin Tucker's the best kicker in the NFL. I still like the Jags defense against Tennessee. So
you went from like having the worst running back core to like having 2 RB2s that are actually like putting up decent numbers lately.
Yeah, I know. Well, and this Dameon Pierce is out. So Singletary should put up really good numbers again. So
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what happens. The projection right now is very close. I'm projected to win by 4, but we'll see what happens.
Zach, do you think you're going 2-0 this week, or you're 1-1, or 0-2?
I'm hoping for 2-0. If I had to guess a league I would lose in, I think I'm more likely to lose to Trevor. I think my team is weaker in this league.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, my bench. I have Zay Jones, who's not playing.
Yeah, your team's a lot scarier in the league. Which is kind of weird because that's a 14-team league and this is a 12-man league. But
yeah, well, this is also a league where you can't just do waiver wire pickups. You have to do a percentage of whatever.
Yeah, I don't know whose stupid idea was that.
It's really
very
stupid.
Interesting.
No, it's stupid.
You have 100 points to spend all year.
It's just great. It's as good as the IR rule. If only you had a real commissioner in this league. But
yeah,
fun. So we have a commissioner of fun.
Hey, listen, I'm not paid into this league yet, but in 3 weeks I will be because the Saints are going to lose to the Detroit Lions. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I thought that game was a lot sooner than it was.
Yeah, it's not. I thought it was too, but it's not.
What is DFS picks?
DFS. Zane, explain what DFS picks are. Give us those chats.
Should have like a chat GPT in here. I actually played.
Gotta make that dough. This is my show research. This show is my daily fantasy. So me and Zane are in a daily fantasy league on DraftKings on Sundays.
We live in Florida, so
we don't do DFS picks on this show, Zane. You should have done your research.
Zane.
We talk very little fantasy. This is all real here, okay? We're analysts, okay?
Until Kerry gets to talking.
Let me see if there's any matchups I like for Zane. Honestly, I think it's never mind.
We're analysts.
Buy low on Terry McLaren. The Giants have a horrible defense.
Yeah,
Terry
that's
McLaren.
True.
I feel like Terry McLaren should be good for.
That's a good bet. Buy low on Terry. If he's low, I don't know. So, anything else you guys want to plug before you head out?
Follow me on Twitter. I'm no longer suspended, so follow me. I barely carry.
I am at Beerly Trev Scott on Twitter. I want to shout out to our boys over at Beerly Hockey, putting in a lot of work. Go follow them on Twitter at Beerly Hockey and check out the Beerly Hockey Podcast everywhere you find podcasts. Same thing with any basketball fans. Go ahead and check out Beerly Hoops on Twitter at Beerly Hoops and the Beerly Hoops Podcast everywhere you find podcasts. It's been fun. Looking forward to next week and watching some football this weekend. It's been real.
Alrighty, and one thing I want to plug before we head out is the Teespring store. We're going to have new designs going up very soon for both the Beerly Hoops podcast and also the new Beerly OB, Beerly Out of Bounds Golf podcast that we do. We are going to be doing a Black Friday sale as well, so keep an eye out for that next week. Just want to give everyone a heads up on that real quick. So make sure you check that out. And I guess that's all we have for the show. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching live. If you did, if you're listening to this.
Next week will be our 100th episode, so we're doing something special for our official 100th episode of Beerly Football.
Something very secret, very special. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening live. If you're listening to this at a later date and you're watching this on YouTube, you can also watch us or listen to us on the go on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, anywhere you can find your podcast. And if you are listening to this on any of those platforms and you want to see our beautiful faces, you can check us out on YouTube, Beerly Sports on YouTube. And if you want to watch us live, make sure you tune in Tuesday nights. And if you want to keep up to date, if we do any special live streams, make sure, again, you check out at Beerly Sports on Twitter or at Beerly Football on Twitter for updates on the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you guys next week.